Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Amanda Nicholson with Swan Consulting. And today, this Thursday, I wanted to talk a little bit about behavior management. But behavior management is a huge topic, and it's also very specific and individualized according to your individual child and what's going on. So we've decided to put a broader seminar, about half an hour in length, in a different format for our parents. And you'll be getting an invitation to that soon. For now, what I can offer is a mini behavior management seminar, just using 3 primary tips. And we refer to this as the 3 Ps. This has been a nickname for this group of behavior strategies for a while. And it refers to three primary techniques. Praise is the first P, the PREMAC principle, and number 3 is prompting. So I will talk about this, and there'll also be a link to a PDF document that you can refer to for a few PowerPoint slides on these topics. So hopefully that this will offer some broad help that works across many children in many different situations, and this will be useful for you in that way. So I'm going to reverse the order that I just said. So we're going to start with prompting. Prompting is just a little bit of help into a situation where you've issued an instruction or asked for a set of directions to be followed, and your child may be having some difficulty. Now, it could be a very small child we're talking about having difficulty getting going or following your instruction, or it could be a high schooler or more advanced child trying to do homework and having a hard time getting through homework. This could take many different forms, but the prompting idea will be the same across all of them. So the idea is that you issue the instruction that's specific and brief, so it's easy to follow, and then you offer some help. Prompting really is a technical term for offering a little bit of help to get the situation going. The idea is to offer the least amount of help possible in order to have the individual successfully complete it as independently as they can on their own. So our prompting may be just physical guidance, looking over them and pointing to the place on their piece of paper that they need to work with, or it may be redirecting them back to the task, reminding them what they need to do. Or with a smaller child, it may be physical guidance, helping them pick up toys to put them away, helping them bring their plate to the table, those sorts of things. So offering this little bit of help is a good way to get ahead of frustration. And sometimes we see behavior problems as the result of frustration. Kids are expected to follow the directions, and they may be unsure about them or unclear, or they may just be a little bit overwhelmed and frustrated. So the prompting can help intercede that and hopefully create the behavior chain that we are then able to praise. And so praise will be our second P. So praise is completely common. All parents do this as a part of your natural repertoire. It's very natural. This is what we do with each other when we want to offer support and build somebody up. We offer praise. But sometimes it's such a common idea that it gets devalued or maybe forgotten about in the scheme of the busy day. So if you're very busy at home trying to figure out how to navigate your own work and trying to help your kids stay on task and manage the household and everything that's going on right now, it's a common tendency to just pay attention to the things that are wrong. So if they're off task, or if the chore is not getting done, or if they're making too much noise or running around the house in a way that's disruptive, those are the sorts of things that get our attention. And when they're quiet doing work, sometimes it slips our mind to offer praise for that. I'm guilty of this as well. It's just part of being a busy parent. So the praise idea couldn't be simpler. You already know how to do it, but here are some tips to make it possibly even more effective. So we'll look at something specific that the child is doing and praise that specific thing. Now, if they're very small, it could seem as simple as thank you for picking up your toy. But if it's a little bit more complex, it's important that it be genuine and feel real. So it doesn't sound like an artificial compliment. So the praise has to land with the recipient. So make sure that it's something that's real. So you can say, thanks so much. I really appreciate how you're showing responsibility be, if it might be an older child, or something that you know would be meaningful to them. The praise has to actually function to make them feel good about what their behavior is. So play with that. Just remember, you know how to do it already, but just remember to pepper it in across the day as much as you possibly can. It'll go a long way in keeping the right behaviors on track and keep going. And then the final P that we're offering today is the PREMAC principle. And I referred to this actually on the first podcast. This comes out all the time. And this is sometimes called Grandma's Rule. It's eating your peas before you eat your ice cream. So it's getting out of the way that task that you're not excited about doing before you engage in the task that you are excited about doing. And I do this with myself all the time. Get rid of some of the icky things on my to-do list and then get to go to lunch or have coffee or whatever the more preferable activity is. So this is just a reminder to help your kids order their activities in the same way. We talked about this with the activity schedules. So it could be a plan for the day, or it could be something that's less planned in advance, just a presentation of a choice that's right in front of you at the time. And you could say, well, first let's get our dishes cleaned up from lunch and then we'll go outside. A very easy example. But continue to work with this one so you figure out creative ways of pairing it together throughout your day. It could be washing hands first if you have a child who's not a fan of washing hands and that's so important right now. You could pair something immediately fun right after the washing hands. So they might naturally occur, or you could create these situations to occur in a more contrite manner for your use. So work with these 3 P's: the prompting, the praise, and the PREMAC principle, and these will help prevent some episodes of frustration and possible problematic behavior that might occur in a way that flows with your day and works well with what's already going on in your life. I hope that's helpful, and look for the longer behavior management seminar coming up. Thank you so much.